Awesome. So you guys had come across a man overboard not too long ago, and you were still in the process of kind of getting to know this guy. And, a couple days had passed. He had given you a bit of a warning that it felt like something was following behind him as he was traveling. And, after a few days of uncomfortable travel, but rather calm days, you were eventually brought to the attention of maybe something in the water by a dark elf lady going overboard. One of the crewmates named Aya was pulled overboard as she was trying to fish and then disappeared in the water. Shortly afterwards, a giant basilisk appeared and started, trying to turn people to stone and trying to eat a few of you guys. A little while later, after you guys made not short work of the basilisk, but you were able to defeat it thoroughly, you were able to cut into it, pull Aya out and revive her, and assessing the two crew members, Drax and Ara, who were turned to stone. Unfortunately, there was nothing that you could do for them at the moment, but Doth thought that if he had a chance to rest up, he might be able to help out the following day. But that was ultimately where we had left off. Any questions or things that we'd like to clarify from last session or maybe last couple sessions?
Do we suspect that this sea basilisk was the thing following Luminor?
I think it would make sense. Like, I don't know that you would need to roll me an insight for that. Like, he said something big was following him. I think that this is probably the big thing that was following him.
Was it big enough, though, to be convincing? No, I'm kidding.
All right. Well, without any further clarifiers, I would say that night has passed, and Doth the following morning will probably have, knocked on the Scarlet Winch, captain's cabin, and, tried to get either, Tuntun's attention or tried to connect with the Scarlet Winch, at least to get started on that process. So just knocking on the door, do you think it would probably be Tuntun who goes and answers it for you, since he kind of stays there and guards that room?
Yeah, probably. See if it's something even worth my time.
Yeah, so he'd go over to the door and open it up and look back and come into probably your private chamber and give you a knock and just be like, "Oi, it's the turtle guy."
What does he want?
Well, he says he thinks he's ready to try and fix them two that got turned to stone.
Ah, good to hear. And she'll get up and, if she was, I don't know, in pajamas, get dressed out. Pirate pajamas. And then head on out to meet up with Doth.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably at least main, eating deck that you guys have been hanging out on that you guys go out into. Throgrim, I'm assuming that's where you're hanging out, or do you think that you'd be on decks this morning?
I'm probably down below. Like, especially if it's food time, Throgrim will go where the food is.
Yeah, I'd say it's the start of the day. It might be a little bit early for food. I think Cookie's probably getting things warmed up at this point in time. But being that Doth wanted to get ahead of this instead of, dilly-dallying all day, this was his kind of first priority. So he might have even gone and knocked a little early on the Scarlet Winch's door. She wasn't even quite up yet for her day. But yeah, you could still be in bed. You could be at the table waiting over on Cookie's shoulder, just smelling the food as he's cooking along.
Yeah, I think I would do that.
Awesome. And how about for Luminor? Do you think that he would similarly be below decks and kind of waiting on food that morning, or?
No, he's already awake, and he is up on deck, just taking in the day.
Yeah, that nice orange sunrise setting up, or coming up over the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And then Karasu, I'm actually guessing you might be up on the deck as well.
Yeah, he'd be helping with sales and pulling extra labor, seeing how the crew got stoned.
Awesome. So as Throgrim, as you're kind of starting your day and kind of waiting for some breakfast as Cookie's cooking it up, you'll notice that Doth has gone over to the cabin, or the captain's cabin, and kind of knocked on the door, and the Scarlet Wench is coming out, and they're making their way. Where do you think that you left the stone bodies? Do you think you left them where they were on deck to not try and drop them? Do you think like you tied them in place?
I think we did move them below
I think
deck.
we did move them, yeah, just to keep
Move them
them
below deck.
safer, so they don't.
Yeah, so they don't fall over. And
Yeah. Because I'm sure
Wakes up
as
with one arm.
pirates, we probably have equipment to move very heavy, valuable things. So
Yeah, totally.
I'm sure we could have
No, I
managed.
wouldn't know if I'd call them valuable, but
Well, potato, but
no. So yeah, you're able to get that going, and as you Throgrim, you're probably observing this. You'll see Doth kind of go over and start casting some of his druid nature magic, and it almost seems like he's trying to pull a little bit from like the clouds, a little bit from the water, as he's trying to work this spell, and he ends up casting this greater restoration spell, which brings both of them back.
yeah, I'd be very interested in watching him do this.
I'd make sure Aya's brought over, since her brother is one of the ones that was transformed to stone, so that she can.
Probably Cracks too.
Yeah, him too.
You'll notice that Cracks is definitely like drawn like a mustache on his brother's face overnight.
Before he comes,
Like a tick on his teeth.
before he breaks from being a stone, I think she would just let him know, like, oh, it's a good bit of improvement, isn't it?
I mean, we're dragons and we can't really grow facial hair, so we gotta do what we gotta do.
You want to add a few more touches before he's back?
And I don't know, here's my marker. You're the captain.
I'll put like a monocle around his eye and maybe some drops like he's drooling.
You pass the marker to Throgrim.
Yeah. I'll hold it up to him, see if he wants to add.
I know he's an artiste.
I'm still learning, and I wouldn't want to mess with him like that.
It's your loss, isn't it?
Doth is like putting mushrooms in his stone ears. Like he just like pulls like a couple off his back and like puts them in his ears.
But I'll hold the marker up for anybody else around just to see if they want to add to the artistry.
I think probably every single person in the crew will draw something on there, just a variety of something. I think even if you had restored Aura first, he would add something on there.
Probably.
Karasu writes Throgrim was here.
Do I see that?
I mean, you are standing pretty much right there, so yeah, probably.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess that's acceptable. I am here.
Please, gods, don't ever change.
Karasu, I don't think, unfortunately, you could write that, though, because you are up on decks at the moment and helping out with some of that stuff up there. But I suppose, too, like, you could have called everybody down and just been like, all right, we got Ara undone who wants to go fuck with Drax before we get them all back.
Yeah, especially if any of my crew was up top, I definitely would have called them down for that. So Karasu and Luminor would have heard that by proxy. And
Luminor, any messing that you want to do with this Dragonborn?
Seems a bit dangerous, as I don't know him quite well. But I think about it for a moment and I pass, but I definitely enjoy everybody else's messages.
Awesome. I would say Thegro probably does come up too, and Thegro draws like a duck.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, I think that's all the
after that,
finishing touches, and I'll gesture to Doth.
Doth will cast his spell and bring him back, and let me roll a quick perception. Actually, I just want to see what his passive perception is.
Or would it be an insight, because he's got to see it reflected on our faces acting normal around him?
Yeah, right. Well, it depends on how far. Like, where are all of them right here on his face? Because I feel like with 10 people, you'd run out of room.
That's true.
So I feel
That's
like
true.
some of them are on his body as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I would have wrote Throgrim was here right across his chest.
With a passive perception of 11, I'm going to say he does not notice this at first, and he spends the better part of the morning like just not realizing it all. And then finally he's like licking his plate clean after breakfast and like stares at it, and he just realized, fuck all you guys.
Then we all just burst out laughing.
Honestly though, I think so. Well, is it back to just setting a course and sailing forth for you? Is there any
Is it up
thing
here?
in particular that you would like to do as the captain or as the crew?
No, I think it is just setting course and plowing forward. Happy that her crew's back, for sure. I think like what she'll do before as we start the day is like if we have like rum or something, pour a shot for everybody. So here's to fighting the sea basilisk, you know, and then surviving to tell the tale, and like cheers to everybody, and does that like one little celebratory drink. We'll have a proper celebration when we get back, and no one will believe our story. But for now, we have to get going, and I especially don't want to hang around these dangerous waters. So after that, then she'll just get them all like back on their schedule and head back up to continue forward.
It's a shame we weren't able to keep a trophy or a tooth or something.
Aye, you're not wrong.
No,
And I suppose we could have kept its guts, but I think that might be a little smelly.
Well, I don't know. We do have a bard. He's quite whimsical with his tales.
What do you say, Cookie? You think you could turn this into a ballad of some sort?
Probably not. Just totally sarcastic.
And that's why we love you.
I'd probably be able to do something with that.
You better remember who the real heroes were in that tale, though.
The basilisk?
Aye.
All right. Anything else for the rest of you this morning? As you know, the Scarlet Wench has kind of proclaimed what her goal is for the day and kind of gotten the crew moving. Luminor, do you go back up to the deck, and if so, what do you do?
Yeah, I go back up to the deck and I just rest because of my ordeal plus this fight with the sea serpent, whatever it's called. Just want to take it easy for a little bit. I've been through a lot.
All right. Karasu, what are you doing after this? I'd say the breakfast and this incident this morning with getting everybody all unstoned.
Rasu's probably just chilling in the crow's nest, like meditating on his bow and just kind of feeling the winds.
Okay. And for Throgrim?
I guess back to mending stuff.
Yeah, I would say if as you're working on like that mending project too, you would probably get it pulled aside at some point by Mole, who's been working on his kind of winter wear improvement project. So he's been going through and kind of putting fur and leather and trying to get like thicker clothing, so once you get up into like the ice fields in the north, it's not going to be as frigid for you. And if you've got that mending spell, he'd definitely be like, hey, come on over, help out with this, and help him with that process.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I imagine Thorgrim would be very content knowing he's like helping in some way.
Little contributions, and not just because of his size. Yeah, I would say after, your several days of sailing, you had met, this crew down here at Rothold, and at this point you have sailed a decent amount. Each one of those squares is about 200 miles. So at this point, you guys are a little over 400 miles into your journey, probably about 450 of, I was trying to do some math on it earlier, I think it's like 2,000 miles. You guys are now...
We got a ways to go.
Yeah. So you're getting there. I was doing a bunch of sea math earlier, so that was fun. But yeah, I'd say for the next couple days, your travel does continue again rather uneventfully. There's nothing really major in the way of weather or enemies. I would say that you do see like different sea creatures along the way. There's a humpback whale that breaches and does his little blow. It's really cool to watch, and you follow behind him for probably a few hours, and you get to see him do it a couple times, and that was an experience. Doth was fascinated by it. So was Tangaroa. Both of them had kind of stood up at the edge of the deck and just looked out on that one in total awe. You'll see several like porpoises, a few sharks, pretty much every different variety of fish that you can think of, and you continue sailing. The weather does start to turn a bit colder from where you had started off, though it's not freezing quite yet. And as the captain, can I please have you roll me a d12?
No.
Please, Laura.
Okay.
The ship sinks. Everybody dies.
Oh, shit. Sorry, guys.
So, Tangaroa actually, on one of the evenings that you guys have been sailing, probably after seeing the humpback whale, makes like a pretty body song about like whales, and just it's a very interesting take on a poem, and it's a little weird, and you are questioning what's going on, and then after a little while and talking to him, you realize how drunk he is, and he has just been sitting up on top of the mast all damn day, just getting absolutely obliterated. Karasu, do you think that you have joined him in this?
I mean, it's a festive song. Yeah, I'd say he was going along with it.
Getting drunk too?
Not trashed. Maybe not Karasu trashed, where he starts crying about, provoking his nephew. But a good toss.
Yeah, aren't these the two that are watching up in the crow's nest?
100%, yeah.
Okay,
yes.
great.
Oh, yeah.
So after a little while of hearing this, Captain, is there anything that you do, or do you just shrug this one off?
She understands because she is the captain of pirates, so it's probably every now and then this is sort of a regular occurrence, but it still annoys her because, you know, we're dangerously at this sea. There are apparently sea basilisks can pop out of the water, so she's just... Would the two of you mind getting down here and stop being useless then?
Well, I mean, I'm not completely trashed, but okay.
And someone with some actual eyes can go up there and keep an eye out.
Program! Hop on up there, mate.
Yeah, I'm curious at this point, like, is Throgrim's fear of heights still as high as it was? Because you've done this mast climb several times now. Do you, like, would you want to make it like a wisdom save or maybe even like a constitution check to see how you are able to take that overall?
Yeah, I imagine it's been long enough where we would start getting used to it. What do you want, wisdom or concentration?
Drunken.
What do you think? I was kind of thinking wisdom, because that's kind of what you would use for like a fear or like a charmed kind of a condition.
Yeah.
And I'll leave this up to you. I haven't really set a DC for this, but I think that this is like probably on Throgrim's own personal scale. How high was that fear initially, and how much do you think that this is broken over time?
He still won't go up freely, but like if he thinks, you know, just to hang out, but if he thinks there's a good reason or, you know, someone asks him to do it, he'll do it.
So I'm assuming then in this moment with a drunk Karasu asking you to go up there, you're probably heading up?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll help him out. Karasu, do you need help getting down from here? You seem a bit inebriated.
Let the lubbock suffer his own consequences.
No. Either be I hung by a noose on this rope or hit the deck. I'll get down.
You see Tangaroa turn into a monkey and just start like... and just like start running around like on like the different ropes and scattering down the side.
Karasu's gonna look over drunkenly and be like, bloody cheaters.
Well,
After he gets down, I'll probably send him below deck so he doesn't disrupt the whole of the crew, you know, doing their jobs. He'll just disrupt Cookie, and that's okay, because Cookie probably likes it.
which one? The monkey or the other one?
The monkey for sure, but if Karasu is just kind of like being tipsy on the side and not getting in everyone's way, I don't care. It's just definitely the monkey's gonna be getting in people's way.
Karasu's not trashed. Karasu's got a heavy buzz.
Yeah, I'm curious if like tipsy Karasu goes back to trying to flirt with the captain again too.
Oh, it's coming.
Well, Luminor, you've observed all of these ongoings. I think you probably get like just a little like shrug from the giant orc who's sitting next to you just carving ducks, and he's like, "I always like this."
Yeah, I take it all in, and I'm just like, what have I gotten myself into here? And guess I just maybe I go talk to the captain, and I find out how much longer the journey is going to take, just so I have like kind of an idea of how long we're going to be on the water still.
What, like a month at this rate?
Like a month?
For 2,000 miles? Would it be about that?
No, so it was about like 20 days, 22 days, depending on good weather, good conditions. So a little shy of a month, but yeah, it's a good chunk of time. And I think you came across him, maybe 3 or 4 days into your journey, and another 5 days have passed. So you're not quite halfway there, but you're getting there.
Few more weeks yet.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm just feeling like antsy. Like now, like I feel like I'm fully rested up. Feeling pretty good overall. Just kind of like looking to just like move forward with what we're doing, so I can sort of figure out what the hell's going on.
Don't worry, I can definitely put you to work.
Now, will you roll me an insight check, Luminor?
Insight.
Or even a history check? I would say
Yeah.
I'll give you something different for each of them, so you can roll one or you can roll both. And
Insight. Alright, just bringing up my sheet here. I thought I leveled up already. Wait. Exit. Wait a second. Do you see me leveled up on the sheet there? My level 6.
let's see.
Because when I clicked on my character, it took me back into like the level up screen.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to...
Right, I told her we remembered to do the stats on the OBS for this, so, you know, if you see level 5 and you watch it back. Oops.
All right. Exit out of your sheet and open it up again.
Should I save draft or discard changes?
Just hit X up at the top.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's do this. Keep your sheet closed for just a moment. I apologize. All right, try now when you open up your character sheet.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Okay, insight.
Well, I would say with the insight, the captain's clearly the one in charge. She's definitely the one to talk to, who's going to be able to fill you in on everything.
Okay.
If she's not telling you something, it's because she doesn't need you to know right now.
Okay. So I just I just go back to the to where I was sitting before, and I pull out my like my spell book and stuff like that, and I just kind of look things over.
After a certain amount of time, though.
Real quick, Thegro looks over at your spell book and sees that there's no pictures of ducks in there and just gets disappointed and looks away. Huffs loudly.
After a certain amount of time, I would actually put him to task anyway. No free rides on my boat, so... if all he's doing is sitting there on looking over a spell book, I'd probably have Tun go over and hand him like a mop and bucket. He can swab the deck.
Boy, you! Time to get to work.
So work?
Work!
I guess you guys did pick me up.
Boss said no free rides.
Yeah, I do a little bit of work, but I don't work too hard.
Just bare bones it.
Bare bones it, that's right.
So at this point right now, you've got 2 drunk crew people on here and 1 person who's just half-assing.
Yeah.
Program, from the top mast up here where you're sitting, obviously you've got a great view of all of this sea in every direction around you. And I mean, you're not as scared anymore, but still a little, you don't like being this high. I'd say throughout the day, what are you kind of thinking of? Are you using this as a little bit more of an introspective experience? Are you thinking about what's this plan right now? Like, we're trying to go find a frozen city in the middle of fucking nowhere that we just saw fall out of the sky in a dream.
I think lately he's been thinking more about Erida, like, and just like all the stories he can tell her when he gets back. Starting to miss the mountains, like the vast openness of the sea. But yeah, I think that's how he's feeling right now.
All right. Well, I'd say again, a couple more days pass by with this same sort of monotony on the ship here, where it's again the same thing over and over. You're almost feeling that bored feeling, like there's not a whole lot to do, there's not a whole lot to see, there's only so many people that you can talk to. I would say at certain points, like you see the brothers get into a fist fight just because they can and they're bored, and you know, tensions run high. I'd say one of the nights there's like a little like archery or target contest where everybody's like throwing knives at like a little target that they've set up, just to kill that boredom. But again, you're probably nearing that 10-11 days into this journey at this point, and while this travel is a little bit more light than maybe some of your recent travel has been, where you aren't having to like march up and down mountains, at least you saw stuff, at least you were doing stuff on those days. Like, this is just not dull, but it's almost driving you a little crazy.
By the way, every single day, Karasu is throwing another pickup line at her. Just in passing.
Let's have some examples then.
Oh, okay. All right. Like one day he'll be like, your father is like a thief, stole stuff from Sky. I am put in eyeballs. What would be a good one for my lady? Ah, yes. Are you alone? Because you have my interest in decisions.
Could you repeat that one? You cut out a little.
Are you alone? Because you have my interest for long-term decisions.
Oh.
At what point did Chun-Chun throw him overboard?
Bit tempting, but he is good at the boat, so... I think when it got to, like, I don't know, the third or fourth, she would stop him and be like, do you really expect any... Ugh, that went British. Top of the morning. You really expecting any of these to work?
No. Honestly, I look at it like target practice. Sooner or later, I'm bound to hit the mark. But I had a feeling those are duds.
Just
That's not very flattering.
I would say Throgrim, like, I don't think he's being discreet about this Karasu by any means. I think this is very obvious. It's in front of everybody. Yeah, you've definitely noticed this a time or two.
Very flattering to know that you throw your garbage at me.
Oh, no, it's all work in progress. It's garbage now. Later will be treasure. Don't worry. I am no bard, that's for sure. Matter of fact, I was a loner for most of my life.
Just working out the kinks. Wandering the Feywild. You know, I think I'm gonna...
So I look at it like working out the kinks. I'll figure it out.
I think I'm gonna call you something else. There's a folklore I used to know of a fairy who tried to steal young, beautiful maidens away. His name was the Gunkana. Although you're not as successful as he was. Trust me.
No, I'm not. Well, I wouldn't leave you mad and crazy if that means anything.
No, you heard of him, huh?
I hear all sorts of things.
So
He
is
just
he
does
real? You ever run into him in the wilds?
Hell no. Not his type.
Stop it.
At least I hope I didn't. I don't know. Do I have any longing and loss? That's a good question.
But you might be a touch mad, so it's hard to tell.
Oh,
I mean, how are you feeling right now about your relationship with Jean? Because that could be longing and loss in a certain sense.
Yes, but not in that sense. But definitely that does bother him a lot. He's just trying not to show that. Another reason why everybody's catching strays from him. I have not messed with Throgrim in quite a few days, actually.
The perfect
Throgrim's got some
opportunity
advice
for
for
you.
ya.
And you can leave
Oh,
me
perfect.
alone.
Don't worry, I'll be back. By the way, he does look like, her bodyguard, dude.
I'm not in this. I don't want to fuck you.
Good. We're on the same page.
A wink.
We have been at sea for a while.
Nice. It's nice.
Tensions
You gotta
are
watch out for the
rising.
little one. The little one likes to cave in. That's the one you be careful of.
Just on Throgrim's shields, how many days since last cave-in?
It was before we left his home.
Yeah, I think it's going on like 2 months now for you, buddy.
Yeah,
Well-
it might be longer, but
What about any manual cave-ins, the solo ones?
hey, he's a cleric. He doesn't do such things.
No
We call
wonder
those
he's
more
so
rock
grumpy.
tumbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when was the last controlled cave-in?
No wonder he's so grumpy, though.
I feel like Brian's over here like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
But when Throgrim gets a chance to be alone with Karasu, he's like, Cross.
Yes. What's up?
Couldn't help but noticing you're trying to seduce the Scarlet Wench. Then I have to say, you must compare her beauty to that of a mountain or a jewel. That'll work.
Bugger it, I'll see where this goes. He pulls out a pen and paper. Indulge me.
Well, she seems rather in control, so you could describe her beauty as the snow on a mountain peak, sparkling in the sunlight. Yes, that should be good.
Mountain peak snow fall off in the sunlight.
Or she's the light reflecting off of the gold found in a mine.
Ah, yes. Gold stolen in a mine, the light reflecting off it.
He's like nodding. Yes. Well, women love mountains and gold and jewels. So just use some of that.
Yes, I shall summon my inner dwarf. I think next time I'll be quite successful.
Oh yes.
Many things.
Goth is not sitting too far away from you guys, and he'll just look over at you, Throgrim, and he'll say, "Oh, you really paint a picture with your words."
He just kind of gives Doth that look like, don't entertain him.
No, it worked for Erida.
I love that Throgrim plays Cupid for this.
Yes, it is adorable.
He plays Cupid and was so oblivious to the Jean and
Yeah.
Well, Pilgrim, I'm very happy for you, and if you ever do, get engaged or anything, I do wish to be a part of the party. Mostly the part that drinks all the wine, but I do wish to be a part of it.
Oh, I think you would like a dwarf wedding reception. Lots of beer, lots of ale and food.
Ah, perfect. Ale. My favorite.
But I do believe after this adventure, I might ask Erida to marry me.
You should. He looks at him seriously. What's keeping you?
Well, she's back at home.
Well, yeah, okay. You know, death adventure aside, like when we get back, yes, you owe it to the poor woman.
Hopefully what infected Pride's Call hasn't affected your home.
Yeah, he's not going to think about that.
Yeah, hopefully she's not dead. I mean, that would be terrible. You know, the elves marching all over the continent with black goo armies and all.
Throgram's going to be optimistic and not even consider such a thought.
Gods be damned. I wish I had your optimism. He just smiles and shoulder claps him.
So, waking up this morning, it seemed like, you know, kind of a fun start to the day. Like, I don't know, kind of ribbing each other and, you know, Throgram, you overhearing Karasu trying to flirt and giving him some pointers. And it's almost later on in the day. It takes you guys a little bit of time for this to pick up. But looking around the ship, you're missing someone. And it's one of your closest friends, and Thegro is no longer here.
I don't think the Scarlet Wench would notice at all, since he's not part of her crew.
Unless you do like a daily head count or have somebody do a daily head count for you, yeah, I don't think that this would be...
Actually, probably. I think that would be just safety on the sea, you know, since anyone could fall off and disappear. Yeah, I think we would do a daily head count. So, yeah, I guess that's when we find out.
Program, I would say it's like right after the conversation that you have with Karasu and Doth, you're like looking around to maybe go and talk to Thegro about it. You can't find him.
I think I'd flag down
Thegro.
Throgram about it too and just be like, it seems that one of your friends is missing. The big tall orc with the ducks.
I wasn't laughing at Thegro's disappearance.
Yeah. I didn't
I was
think
just surprised by the giant duck. What has it? Where? Well, it couldn't have gone. The ship's only so big.
You remember him at dinner last night?
Yes, he was at dinner last night.
Whoever was on the watch during the night, I guess I'd call them over and ask, like, did you happen to see what happened to that duck-obsessed one?
It was Aya who was keeping watch through the night, the dark elf woman, and she'll say, no, I really didn't see what happened to him. He went to bed with the others after dinner. I remember he was below decks, but he didn't come above decks.
Well, one doesn't just simply disappear. He must have snuck away.
Well, it is possible he might have just disappeared. We've had that happen before.
You have?
Yes, believe it or not, a dragon actually vanished right before us.
That wasn't even the first time, Doth will say. And that wasn't even the first time.
So what happens to trigger these sort of disappearances?
Well, that shouldn't have happened to Thegro. He's as pure as they come, and innocent.
Well, so was Jean.
Well, Jean had he was working out his issues.
What issues were those?
Well, it was infatuation with with Rain, and we never did figure out what happened there.
I have a good idea.
Well, and you also remember the time that he got arrested too because his family was murdering a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah. Or beating up his uncle. I mean, you know.
He's had a few issues, yeah. Fair statement.
He was a rebellious lad, that's all. Heart full of fire, passion.
Well, true, he was a young man.
Tegro, I mean,
He didn't do
liked
it.
such things.
But
He seemed a lot more contemplative and mostly sat over there with his ducks.
I really liked his duck carvings. Doth will pull out like 5 that he's traded for him, like with a variety of different things.
he
Can I
did
do,
love
like-
his ducks.
Detect magic.
Yeah, how about you just roll me investigation checks? From, I'd say the 3 of you. Luminor, I don't know that you're involved in this quite yet, unless
Okay.
you think that you would have noticed this too. If so, maybe roll me a perception check.
Perception, okay.
That wasn't
Nope,
supposed
he jumped
to be
overboard, drowned himself. That's my
at
conclusion.
advantage. That wasn't supposed to be at advantage, so 2.
You guys are doing so good.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Where's my sheet?
If it was perception, it probably would have been a different story. But yeah, it was not that.
Okay.
Oh man, no one knows what's going on.
So yeah, I would say you're probably up on deck just contemplating like everything that's been going on for you, looking out over the water, and you don't necessarily hear the commotion going on down below deck. And let's leave it all up to Doth here with his +1 investigation. There we go, 18.
Yay!
I'd say at some point as you guys are kind of scouring the ship looking for any sort of clue, Doth will pull you guys over towards where Thegro had slept last night and the hammock, and he will point out a familiar but very unsettling sign to a few of you, which is the black goo, which is just, there's not a ton of it, but there's just little traces of it that are on the hammock.
What? Impossible.
What
He had one of the
darnation?
artifacts.
Kill it with fire. Frosty was gonna storm out.
And what the hell is up with this?
Now, don't let anyone touch it.
We should probably try to like cut this hammock and throw it overboard. Oh, putting it in the water is not a good idea either, is it? Fuck, what do we do with this?
I could,
Kill it with fire.
yeah, I could.
Fire didn't work, asshole.
With holy fire. I don't know. Just fuck that stuff.
Yeah, didn't radiance stuff work?
Yeah, you
Radiant-
sacred flamed it before.
Ooh,
But
I've
Lara
got an
doesn't
idea.
know that.
Well, I don't know. It might fuck up other things on the boat. I could call in a giant moonbeam over it.
Well, I do have access to sacred flame.
I'd rather you not damage my ship. So let's go with his plan.
Probably safer.
But how could he just vanish like that?
How could Rain have just vanished that one day when we were traversing the canyon?
Well, Rain was obviously evil, so she made sense, but
Well, Rain was also pretty smart too, right? She didn't seem dumb.
no, she seemed quite intelligent.
I mean, Thegro's probably the strongest person among us. Like, what if she took him?
No. Why?
Look
Why
at
take
who?
Negro?
Look at the goo. Like, I don't know. He's strong. With him on her side, she's got an advantage. With him not on our side, we're at a disadvantage.
Thegro would never help them.
John wouldn't either, I don't think. We're talking about the family that he hated.
Remind me, I think that Karasu told her about the goo before.
I don't think so. I think this is the first that this Scarlet Witch is hearing, that Lara is hearing about all of this goo stuff.
No, he told her very vaguely about Rain.
Yeah, right.
And how Thorgrim made a bad call in trusting her, but everyone makes mistakes.
Well,
Explain
Thorgrim
to
probably
me what
did mention the goo.
What exactly is this goo all about?
You're theorizing that it's linked to Thurisdan.
Do I know?
Luminor, I'd say it's about this time that you are like coming down the stairs and you see the Karasu storm up past you, very upset, and you'll see like probably Tun, Lara, Thorgrim, and Doth all kind of huddled together around one of the hammocks chatting.
I go up to everybody and I say, "What's going on? It seems everybody's in a tizzy."
It seems like the duck is missing, and it might have something to do with this goo.
The duck man.
And I want an explanation on all of this.
I feel like I just saw him a little bit ago up on the deck before. He just disappeared whenever he went down here to sleep.
'Twould seem so.
Yeah, so that was, I think, like you saw him at dinner last night, I think is probably what you recollect, but I don't think that you would remember seeing him today.
Okay. And he just has this goo where he was, basically. There's just black goo.
Little traces of it on a hammock. And you just heard the mention of one of the gods. I can't remember. I don't think that this is a god that you've ever heard of before that they mention.
Is it one that I would recognize? I assume so, but...
I would say, yeah, go ahead and roll me a religion for yours. He's got maybe a different reason.
Yeah.
That he might not recognize, but...
That's fair. I just didn't know how widely known Thurston would be.
I would say that you're familiar with the prime deities and you're familiar with betrayer gods, but you've never been really into it. So I would say with Thurisdan, you might even have to ask, is he one of the good ones or the bad ones? Like,
so which one is Thurisdan then? Good or bad?
Terrible.
Yeah,
He was
from
defeated
everything
by
that's
Taylor.
everything I've seen, it's been pretty bad.
Right, so do your holy work on this goo then, and explain to me exactly what's going on.
Am I able to sacred flame the goo without damaging anything?
yeah, I would say you burn like parts of the hammock, and like you probably don't want anybody sleeping on that anyway after what you know.
So I ask him what's up with this goo.
We know it's not good, but we know very little about it, unfortunately.
Is it him? Is it like, did he melt into goo?
No, we've never seen anyone melt. It seems to possess or take control in some ways or corrupt.
I
Seems
see.
like a bit of a parasite, almost, where it's like we went to this place called Pride's Call, where his family is from, and
You'll indicate Thorgrim and you'll say,
we went there and we found signs of corruption, or they found signs of corruption, and You were attacked by goo creatures, were you not?
Yes. And the King of Pride Call was overwhelmed also, and whether he was still alive or not, it was definitely controlling his body.
I cast Detect Magic on it. Is it magical?
It is, but it's hard to get a read on what type of magic it is. And it's almost like it's... Doth, I think, is a little bit, or Throgrim could tell you a little bit more about Thurisdan being like a very wild and chaotic god, and it's almost like it's embodying a little bit of this chaos, where it's one thing in a moment and a different thing in the next and a different thing in the next, where you're just seeing all of these different, like, images flash. But I would say is a... not practitioner of dark magic, but somebody who's familiar with it, you do get dark vibes from it more than light vibes.
I cast Dispel Magic on it.
Before or after Throgrim has Sacred Flamed?
I guess after, because you said he just burned some of it, but not all of it.
Yeah, I would say like over a few casts he's able to get like a good bit of it, and then you adding in your Dispel Magic is really able to get in the rest.
Okay.
The hammock is completely fucked at this point, but maybe you could mend it back together, Throgrim. But again, it's risky.
We've never tried Dispel Magic, have we?
I don't believe you have.
Did seem more effective than the Sacred Flame.
Yeah, then burning the hammock to ash.
I would say not necessarily, because it almost seemed, from what you've seen in the past when you had fought like these creatures and experienced this in the past, it almost seems to like retreat from that radiant light, where and this is going to get a little bit mechanical, where it's almost like got a vulnerability to radiant, where just Dispel Magic, it's going to dispel it, but maybe not to the same level if you were fighting it, you know?
I see. Okay.
Right, well, some goo that can apparently take us over. She backs up, calls her crew over, and pulls her sword out at them and says, "We're gonna strip you all down naked and check you don't got more."
Oh, you would know if we had more. It oozes out the eyes and mouth.
It didn't ooze out of his, did it?
I cast Detect Magic again. Is any more left?
Not that you can see, but roll me a investigation, I would say, because I think Detect Magic lasts 30 minutes.
Oh, I can cast it. I can cast it infinitely. So I just cast it forever.
Yeah, and I think
that I could just cast it a million times.
I would say, yeah, roll me an investigation is like, I'm assuming that since this goo was so minuscule, you probably want to do a thorough check of the ship, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got a whole 6. Yep. So I just walk around a couple areas. I'm like, oh, I guess I got everything.
I am still ordering the crew to help me strip them down.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got like one of the crew members who's like, "Oh, all right," and like starts like leering at Aya, just like, "I've been waiting to see her naked." No, I'm just kidding.
No. Not my crew. Them. My crew will do it separately.
Oh, your crew's already naked.
It's a party, guys. It's a party. Get naked with us.
Crossu, it worked.
I'm not naked yet. I was trying to be a threatening captain pirate here. So
Well,
I
if that's
think
the case, your crew is still
Frosty just tears off his tearaways. Oh yeah.
Doth like pulls off his robe and just exposes his turtle shell, which is just turtle shelly, so it's kind of Ken doll. Just a little bit. So I don't know what you were expecting to see, but it's a turtle shell.
she wasn't sure what to expect either, but they are all thoroughly checked over by herself and also whomever on my crew has the highest If it's investigation, that one. If it's perception, that one. Whomever on my crew has the highest of that stat is helping.
Karasu's on the deck screaming and yelling at the wind. He doesn't hear any of that.
One of my crew went up and grabbed you, pulled you down for this.
He's looking around. Well, I mean, if it's a party, fuck it. Who am I to crash? He just starts taking his stuff off.
I would say, what do you think? Are you using perception or investigation? I'll give you advantage as you inspect these folk here.
If it's me, I'd prefer perception.
Yeah.
It's the best of the crop you have in front of you.
With a 13.
So
Yay!
yeah, you don't see anything on Karasu or on Doth. Throgrim, did you strip? And Luminor, I guess, did you strip?
I suppose.
I did not, because I know I don't have any on me. Because I detected magic on myself.
Well, I don't necessarily trust you. I have to trust my own eyes. So it's not really much of a choice you got here. Or we could stick you back into the sea.
Maybe that might be better. No, I'm just kidding. Wait, so this goo would just be like on our bodies or something?
Well, when we were experiencing it in the past,
Real quick, remind me, Throgrim, did you take the book from Pride's Call, or the two books that you had used to investigate when you were that you had found in Pride's Call, or did you leave those where you had found them because of the goo?
Were they the journal entries? Is that what they were that were talking about, like the king was becoming obsessed or something?
Yeah. There were two of them. There was.
I
one
probably
that was...
didn't keep them because of, like, just in case, like they had stuff on them, so I probably didn't keep them.
Okay. What do you think that you remember from those books that were like the signs of the symptoms? Like, where does the goo start? I know you mentioned like it appears.
We know it came from underground. At least the one that was in Pride Call, because like the king became obsessed with like digging deeper, didn't he?
Something like that, or at least when you were investigating, you had come to a place where it seemed like it came from underneath. In that little jail cell where it was like it looked like it broke through the ground, and you had seen the signs of it like almost coming up from underneath the ground.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, there was like a river underground or something, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm. Rain knows a ton about that river, or maybe what's on the other side of it.
Yep. But
I would say from the stuff that Doth was able to ascertain from your guys' investigation of it too, and just the information that you had provided, maybe a little bit more fresh-minded too, he would be able to help out with like, yeah,
it seems to afflict the eyes first, where it appears as kind of a blackness around the pupil and spreads.
And I also will, like I said, get one of my crew to come help like look, so it's not just me doing it.
Yeah, who'd you pick? Probably most trusted, Tun.
Yeah, well, yeah, but also I want someone who has the higher perception or investigation, depending on that.
You should go
We
with
all
Zeke.
know it's the drow elf girl.
Go ahead, Jay.
I was gonna say we all know it's the drow elf girl. It has to be.
I was gonna say, oh god damn it, I lost it. Oh, you should go with Xavier because he can't speak. It'd be super helpful, right?
Well, I guess he could wave his hands around violently.
You know what's funny is I'm pretty sure he has like Zone of Truth.
But that's not, if they don't know they're infected, that's not going to help.
No.
But
It
yeah,
would
like
help with determining if Luminor's telling the truth, potentially.
true. But yeah, either way, whoever has the higher ability to check over them.
Oh man, you're gonna make me open up 10 character sheets and see who's got the highest perception. Roll me a d10. Either pick one or roll me a d10.
Hey, you can give me access to their sheets and I'll open them up.
You get Cookie, who's probably not gonna be terrible on perception. Oh, I've investigated stuff like this a ton of times. There's always some weird shit out there when you just,
Alright, if it was random though, I'd go with Tun. If you're gonna make me roll a d10 to figure out who has the highest perception, I'll go with Tun. I trust him the most.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, that's a lot of character sheets to try and figure out.
So yeah, Tun can check him over.
Cookie has a +3. And Tun has a +5, so good call.
Woo!
21.
And I'm assuming he doesn't see
what's weird? I don't see that little one.
the little goblin.
Yeah, she didn't strip. Not that I want to see that, but
Alright, the rest of you can get dressed again, and then help me find that squill of yours.
Oh, she's not ours.
Well, she came with you, she's yours.
Putting on the clothing is so much more work than taking it off.
Could take just a couple minute break too. David, if you need a sec.
Yeah, everybody's sounding like robots. It just started.
Yeah, you froze up a couple times on your screen there.
Are we in disguise?
In disguise.
Transformers! Robots in disguise.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the old reset.
You tried turning it off and turning it back on yet?
I'm about to. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
I'm going to use this momentary break to take a quick bomb grab. If anybody needs like a bio break or anything like that, probably not a bad time to do it right now.
Very cool.
By the way, Karasu is totally sitting there like, tit for tat. I just don't disrobe for anyone.
Well, we're not playing at the moment, we gotta wait.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, you better believe when we get back, I'm saying that.
All right, let's see what happens.
I can hear you, at least, David. I don't know if you can hear us.
Here you go, Sarah. Love these pictures. They always crack me up. Oh, that shit's always funny.
Karasu thinks highly of himself.
He is an expert marksman.
Except he keeps throwing his duds at me.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty kitty.
Those memes crack me up. Oh, that's great.
Bubbles.
Bubbles is funny. He's feeding the geese, man. Every day.
Oh, so stuffy in this room.
This is your new DM, guys. I've been replaced.
No, we'll all die.
Terribly, probably, too.
We'll get thrown off the boat by a paw, just knocking us off.
I love the one meme I saw where it was like, the world's not fucking flat. If it was, cats would have knocked everything off by now.
Oops. Hey, Luminor, is there a chance you could center a little more in your camera?
Oh, I think I'm back.
Hey. Thank you.
I hear people. You don't sound like a robot. That's good.
I can hear you.
Hello. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right.
Oh,
Hey, Dick.
jeez, you scared me,
Can you-
cat. You just
Yes,
broke
I-
up like an ass, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah, I was doing that.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Sorry about that, but I think I'm good now.
Yeah, no worries, man. Shit happens sometimes.
Yeah.
I think we've all dealt with internet issues at one time or another.
Which is
I was in the middle of a boss fight when my camera came off as a DM. So that was fun.
Yeah. Was it this game or was it our Sunday game that I lost my internet and I just went to dice and a piece of paper?
Yeah. I think it was Sunday. But yeah, that was fun.
Eddie's like, hey, can you tell me this history thing or where this is on the map? Nope. Can't help you with that right now. I do not have access to any of my notes.
Yeah, and I think that was the session he asked for like a huge history like detail.
I'm going to stop us here and go back next week.
Yeah.
All right. So, David, you said you're back. We can hear you.
Yep.
You can hear us.
Yeah, it's
Awesome. We can see you.
Yay. Get you back into it.
I think everybody else is back. Karasu, just because I can't see you, can I get a verbal confirmation?
Nope.
Nope. All right. So before we start looking for Squill, I would like to circle back around just real quick to Luminor. I can't remember. Have we decided whether or not you are going to get all the way down? I know that you kind of stood back and said, no, I just detected magic on myself.
Oh yeah, well, somebody seems to believe me. I guess I suppose I have to strip to satisfy everybody.
And I think you described yourself as a rather good-looking elf, so I think you probably
yeah.
some eyes. Like
Yeah,
the
that's
dark
what
elf woman Aya's probably like down there just like...
Yeah, I'm used to the attention. Say, this is why I did not want to take off my clothes. I don't want to distract everybody and crash the boat or something.
Oh, it's for our benefit. I see.
Yes, of course.
Damn, it's a marble ass.
Meanwhile, Karasu, you said that you had something going on while you stripped.
Oh, yeah. He's like tit for tat. I mean, come on now. It's only fair.
I'll worry about my crew after we finish yours.
I wasn't worried about crew. I was, yeah, you know what? Never mind. It's fallen flat. Something about snow on mountains and, you know, shine.
Seems like a lot of things fall flat for you, as she indicates below.
Ah, yes.
Throgrim
With a
shakes his
bunch
head.
of men in the room.
Now, Throgrim, is this the first time Throgrim's been out of his armor completely in a while?
Oh, he's been out of it. Yeah, it's been a while since he took off his armor.
Somebody
Probably a little vulnerable, huh?
Nah, Throgrim, he's not ashamed of his body. He is as the gods made him.
Right, you can all get dressed then and help me find your goblin.
prestidigitate Throgrim because God knows it's been a while since he showered.
Well, I think that's for everybody.
Yeah, we're on a ship and I don't know if there's any way to clean up.
Daily.
Sponge baths.
If you wanted to get creative, there's probably some ways with the druid and like magicians on board that you can like heat water for baths, but you'd also need a storage tub for that.
Yeah, I don't think we have like a bath. I think they usually get like water basins and like kind of sponge bath usually on trips like this, for if they even care back in the day. Lara cares, so she does sponge bath herself, but as soon as prestidigitation was an option,
where's your little gremlin?
Right here. You just hear like a screech.
So is Squill like missing, or she went hiding because she didn't want to?
Well, I do know a way to find her really quick, but it's gonna come out swinging if I do it.
I don't really care. I just want to make sure she's clean.
Well, be patient with her. Squill's had a hard life.
So has Nibbles, and yet he'll do what I say.
Nibbles!
Well, you're gonna have to come out, or I'm gonna bring you out.
We
You
know
don't get a
Squill didn't
response.
disappear like from goo, like we've seen her recently, or...
Don't remember seeing her this morning, but again, kind of like Thegro, you remember seeing her at the dinner last night. She usually comes out for food, but if you remember right, she's been absolutely terrified of water this entire time and has been hesitant to do much of anything on board.
I'll check where she usually sleeps to see if there's any goo in her area.
Yeah, go and roll me investigation. Doesn't look like any goos over here. So you pull back your hand and it's... No, I'm kidding.
I will have my crew completely tear the ship apart looking for a squill. If we have to.
Yeah, probably about 15, 20 minutes later, you hear a thunder from Cookie.
And then head on over.
Running over, you guys come to one of his wine barrels, which looks like it has been almost completely drunk at this point, and you find a very, very drunk and passed out Squill at the bottom. Like, sleeping like a rock drunk at this point. But it's clear what's happening.
Should be easy to check her over then.
Anton just picks her up by like one of her like legs and like holds her upside down and like
Looks clean.
flips open like one of her eyes, like,
Don't say anything in the eyes.
I'll do
a little dagger and then like
Right, put her back in the barrel then. And she'll look to her crew like, well, as they say, tit for tat. It's your turn now.
no, little porn background music starts playing as the pirate crew strips. No, I'm kidding. No, everybody does it willingly, and as you investigate through your crew and even probably yourself, you don't see any signs of this goo.
To Karasu's dismay, I would do myself privately with Tun Tun in my quarters.
How dare you!
And I'll check Tun Tun over as well and, make sure he's clear and get him to check himself with his better perception.
Yeah, right? No, I would say with a group investigation with everybody, 17 of you guys working together, your guys are able to ascertain that there's no goo left on the ship and there's no goo infecting anybody.
Alright. Right then. She'll also have that hammock just thrown overboard now. That we know that there's no goo on it, but she doesn't want to risk keeping it there, so... Plus it's trashed anyway. And
there's no way.
Go up to like the end of the ship and pull out like a trumpet and just play like the
perfect.
Do you think it's possible the goo teleported here somehow? I don't believe Thagro had it on him this whole time.
We didn't know that it was in rain either at first. She didn't show the signs. Not at the beginning. Well, I guess she might have. She covered him up with those wraps.
And Rain can't defend herself.
Think. Throgrim's whole opinion of her is based on a bad dice roll.
It was a nat 1, I think.
It was pretty. Maybe it was low. It wasn't
all
good.
Make mistakes in trusting Rain.
Is there any other secrets I should know about that might whisk away my crew to some evil god?
Yeah, who knows? There's probably some possessed evil-ass dragon now running around.
Yeah, it seems like they're building an army, maybe? I don't know. It's hard to say.
I think I was told about the army.
A dragon flying our way, it is most likely not our friend.
I know that somebody told me a lot of something, and I can't remember exactly what. So I feel like
I would feel like you would probably have enough contacts too to know that there is a war going on. You're on the far side of the continent, but I feel like a good pirate has good connections and knowing what things are being shipped where and who's at war with each other and
that makes sense.
Little things like that. So I feel like you would know that there was the war going on, and I think somebody did fill you in on that situation as well.
Throgrim said everything like to Cookie whenever he asked about it for a song. I'm pretty sure Throgrim didn't hold anything back.
I really don't think so either, and I think that you were pretty well filled in on most of the situation, I guess, with like the divine artifacts that they're supposed to track down.
Yeah, that I knew.
Found a couple of them, but now with Thegro gone, what does that mean for that? Who knows? It might mean that there's 2 on the other side, but it also could mean that they're trying to get more information. They're maybe going after the same objects. If they've got Jean on their side, they could be trying to get his artifact.
All right. Either way, then
So what
she's
you're saying is I have to kill my nephew. Hell, I knew this day would come.
Ever since he first punched you in the face.
That's right. I knew I'd have to take that son of a bitch's life.
Well, you bastards better know where this fallen city is. Sounds like we need it.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, our information is top notch from the gods themselves. It all came in a very vague, blurry dream.
It wasn't
We know
only-
exactly where we're going.
The only problem is it seems they've got a god on their side as well.
Yeah, one that seems more active. Why can't you be more active? He just yells up into the sky.
A lightning bolt comes down. I'm just kidding.
He would accept it. He's like, oh my gods, you actually did something against us, but still did something.
Well, let's get this ship moving. We need to get the hell out of here. And I'll get everybody back on track to sail as fast as we can. Especially now knowing there's apparently a dragon taken over by Goo. And I mean, it was one thing to be scared about the army, but another to know they have a dragon.
So I think in that too, I think that they'll pick up the pace just a little bit in the ways that they can. So your 2 druids will use like their wind magic to try and boost the sails a little bit. I think probably Ara would help out a little bit with that too, like with some of his magic. And I don't know, Luminor, do you have anything, or Throgrim, do you have anything that might help boost the sails?
I don't think I do.
Boost the
Frossy's
sails.
up top on the crow's nest. Unlike the flag that's up there.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't got anything for that.
Well, with the 2 druids and a sorcerer kind of working together and using their magic, you guys are able to make good time as you end up a bit further north at the end of today and, sail through the night and start the next day. Would you roll me another D12, please, Captain?
Better be for some good wins.
You hit an iceberg.
Your 8 is actually the iceberg. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Yeah, I would say with that, nothing really eventful happens over these next couple days other than I think it's probably Krax and Aya who have had an on-again, off-again relationship that you know about, Lara. They get into a little bit of a spat on deck with a bit of like a slap and, yelling and cursing at each other, but
Just
with
another
both of their siblings kind of getting in the way and intervening and pulling them apart. They're
another
able to get
Tuesday.
that separation and calm
Got an
down.
old wine bottle on the spry one.
Just another Tuesday.
Right after that, though, I think Luminor, the dark elf that was kind of checking you out the other day, comes over to you very boldly and like kisses you right on the lips in front of everybody and in front of the crew, and like looks back over at this red dragonborn that she had been fighting with earlier, and like flips him off and like puts her arm around you and just like sits there looking over at him.
Let's see. I think to myself, what have I gotten into here? I knew my looks always get me into trouble. So
It's so hard being beautiful.
Right?
It is. It's tough.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Title episode right there. It's so hard being beautiful.
I love that. I love that.
Did I observe their relationship at all? Like, do I have any idea what's going on, or am I just like lost?
I would say you probably haven't had enough time to like really pick up on anything other than this most recent spat, and I would say from this spat you were able to pick up like, oh yeah, these two have boned in the past and they're not boning right now.
Okay. Well, I just go with it, and I'm just like, do I know her name?
Her name is Aya, and I think if anything, you probably would have picked up on that after. I know you weren't here for this session, but you were here when your character was here, but you weren't here for this session where you guys
okay.
Risk. And so at the end of that, you guys had basically cut her out of the stomach of the basilisk and revived her. So you
okay. So I know who she is. Okay, so I'm not like unfamiliar with her. Okay, so I say, I just ask Aya, what was that for?
No, I don't know. I found you attractive the other day when we were all getting naked together, and he's an asshole, so.
Okay. Fair enough. And I ask if she wants to go below.
She'll say sure. I actually can lockpick into the captain's cabin.
Okay, that sounds great.
Just hear from the crow's nest. Fuck yeah, mate.
And you will go below with Aya, and I feel like you probably feel these smoldering dragon eyes in your back as you walk down below decks, probably with her hand in hand.
I mean, you're dead when you come back, but fuck yeah.
Have a great time.
Wow, you might be dead in there.
Please don't fuck on my bed.
Scarlet
That's
Wench,
all I ask.
Nail tails.
Should we be concerned with stabbings or any betrayal?
No, they know better than to actually kill each other.
I hope so.
No, they do. It's kind of one of my rules as captain. Otherwise, they won't like the outcome.
Program.
Yes.
There's a small child behind you.
Oh, she's sneaking.
Program. They know better not to kill each other, but the new kid, I don't know. He may not be a part of that.
Well, he'll certainly learn. Aw. So cute.
I don't have a camera.
His
my
daughter
saying goodnight.
Yeah, she came up and hugged him. It was adorable.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Throgrim, I think as you were away, you might have heard some calls of Karasu. Just, Throgrim!
Okay.
Throgrim!
Yes. What is it?
I mean, they know better not to kill each other, but I think the kid might be a different story.
Well, he should have known better than to get involved in something like this, but he is young and...
At least he was smart. He looks over at Lara and winks. Glad he didn't move in on my turf.
Oh, we aren't there yet, Gonkana.
No, but I got the flag ready to bury whenever. He laughs.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a flag. More like a handkerchief.
It was cold. There was men everywhere. Trust me, that was not my best showing. It's a button till it's not. No, I'm kidding.
I'm a grower, not a shower.
Right? Exactly.
Mole will come scattering around here. "Oh, you might need a little bit of these. Where we're going, it's cold, and you're gonna need all the help you can get." And he'll start like handing you a bunch of like warm clothing, but not just you. He'll start passing them out to like everybody. And as you guys notice that you're traveling faster and faster and making your way further north, it's definitely gotten a little bit colder. And as you kind of sail around today, you notice that out in the distance, as you're kind of looking from up in the crow's nest or taking that telescope and spyglassing around, you'll notice that there is a rather large bay that's kind of opening up to the southwest. I would say for you, Lara, that's territory that you typically try to avoid because that's where a lot of the Kryn sailors and Navy hang out. So there's a small chance over the next couple days that they'll come out this far, but I think if you go further north instead of going more northwest, you would have that better shot. So it might take you a little bit longer if you go further north, but if you go northwest, you might have that chance of running into Navy ships.
There be pirates out there. Wait, aren't we pirates?
Yeah, it's the Navy, not the pirates I'm worried about. I think, for
Navies
the...
are no fun, huh?
She'll start going north and then maybe turn northwest about halfway across the bay. That should give us a decent enough berth, but save enough, like shave a little off.
Yeah, you can see the map, right?
Yeah.
So you guys are probably like about here.
Okay.
And so this bay is kind of, like I was saying, to like the southwest. So if you sailed into it, that's where you would maybe run into them, and they kind of run across the top. But yeah, if you went north up here and kind of cut, like, boom. Ooh, that is a weird. Like that. Almost. You'd probably be a little safer.
Okay, yeah, that's about what I was trying to think of us doing, so she'll do that, although she really would not mind sinking some dark elf ships, but she wants to get us there safely and survive.
Yeah, leave that for another day. And I'd say towards the end of the day that you kind of make this decision to go north, and as you start cutting on that northwest pattern, as you get to about here, is when you start noticing that there's a lot of large like ice flows and icebergs, and you're starting to really start, like, you see your breath every time that you're out on even above decks or below decks. It's gotten cold. You need this warmer gear that you've gotten, and this is a whole different environment than I think that maybe a lot of you are used to, except for maybe Throgrim, who's experienced mountain living and cold mountain living, and Karasu, who's traversed various different elements. But for you specifically, Lara, I think this is probably the furthest north that you've ever sailed.
Yeah.
Luminor, I know that you don't remember much of your past, but I'd say that this might unlock memory for you if you have spent any extensive time in a place that's been really cold.
I don't think so, actually.
So maybe it's that for the memory then. Like you kind of get the feeling like this is your first time
Okay.
experience.
Yeah.
You looking back and you're like, man, I don't recall anything like this.
Yeah, the coldest I've ever been. Like feeling like, oh, this is the coldest I feel like I've ever been. Like it just goes into your bones.
Well, I
Cold
think
as
you'll
in
be
a
able to
witch's
stay
tit.
warm.
Reminds me of the sweet release of death.
Sorry, what were you saying, Throgrim?
I said, oh, I think he'll find ways to stay warm.
Oh yeah. you and Aya down there, right? Well, that and the fire dragon.
Yeah, that too.
Dragon bull, I should say.
I'm sure Aya knows not to sneak into my room every time.
No, they just did it that once.
Okay. Because if they're caught in there, that's not good for her.
No, she's not that disrespectful, but I think she didn't get caught.
Yeah.
But I think that you could also respect that level of rebelliousness in her too. While it's disrespectful, it's also like, fuck, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, like the getting drunk every now and then. I feel like these are things that are just like kind of normal for being pirates. You know, this is what we do. We are a bunch of rebellious assholes. That's why we're pirates, you know? So,
Yeah.
As long as it's not like a everyday occurrence, then yeah, every now and then, fuck it, whatever. As long as she didn't do it on my sheets.
Who's got prestidigitation again?
Yeah.
I do.
The one time Karasu gets invited to my room.
1,000% the first thing he's gonna do is hold up. Prestidigitate.
I'm sorry, that cut out. What were you saying, Jay?
He's gonna be like, hold up, prestidigitate.
Right, that's all I needed you for. Off you go then.
Right?
You're gonna have to come up with better lines if you want to get into this bed.
Right?
So, for Throgrim, other than like that vision that you've seen, this isn't really a charted place that you're going to. Are you just kind of trusting your gut as you go in this direction? Are you trusting in the capabilities of like the sailing master here and their ability to find land in this kind of unknown area? Are you looking for landmarks or trying to draw out landmarks or maps from what you might have seen from your vision and sharing them with others?
The vision, it was mostly just the city falling into water, right? Like, were there any landmarks or any details from it that would help?
The big thing that stood out was a river of what seemed to be molten lava, kind of separating an ice field was what it looked like.
All right, I'll make sure I mention that Scarlet Wench.
Right on then. We'll keep an eye out for it.
Like if she knows anything about that.
I doubt it. I don't. Yeah, she's just. No, I've never been up north this far.
Yeah, and at this point in time, like the place where we're going, it's got a name in the future, but at this point in time, it's unknown.
Yeah.
Or uninhabited as far as anybody knows. Like the last that you know was it was a city that fell out of the sky, and that was a couple hundred years ago. Doesn't seem like there would be survivors with a disaster of this sort of calamity, but you're also unsure of the environment where it landed. There could be anything up there, you know?
Mm-hmm. So we want to look for a river of lava. That should make it easy to find.
Yeah, sure. I'll just gaze out and look for something that blinds me other than snow.
Well, we've got a bit of ways to go over yet. Oh.
Right.
Frossy's just also trying to keep an eye out for any ships trying to get cute.
You don't see any, and especially like you guys kept a very, very sharp eye in that danger zone that I kind of mentioned, and I'm sure that your crew was on high alert, Lara, when that was going on.
Oh yeah.
And I just for transparency, I feel like at this point in time you're probably Lara to everybody, unless it's like a show of respect, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Or if there's, like at first the crew they just probably call me captain, but yeah, like for the most part they know to call her Scarlet Witch when it's like around new people or in towns and stuff. But on the ship at this point, she'd already told Karasu her name. I'm sure he's shouted it with his terrible pickup lines at some point, so...
Oh, 100% he would be like, Lara!
She's just... What?
Thorgrim say, but I'll get back to you.
All right, then.
Tell her her hair is like the mist falling from the morning mountain.
Yes, but the gold in the mine... Oh, that's what it was. Lara, you're a great gold digger. No, wait, that feels wrong.
No.
Ignore that.
She shines like the light reflecting from a gold vein.
Thorgrim's like hiding in the crow's nest, eating him blind.
He's shouting this from the crow's nest.
Well, since he doesn't
Better work, Thorgrim. I'm striking out hard here, my friend.
Well, perhaps actions will speak louder than words in this case.
Wait, you want me to do a triple Lindy off the crow's nest? I don't understand.
Well, if only we were in the mountains, you could dig out some mining shafts and show her how fast you are and skilled with working with the rock and stone. But
dwarves really love their rocks, don't they?
Of course, I'm named for it, Stoneheart.
Wait, that's your last name?
Oh yes.
I never.
My family especially had a history of just loving nature or the natural beauty of mountains and rock.
Well, now I feel like a right prick. I never even knew your last name.
It doesn't come up very often. And I'm no lord or anything like that, so really no reason to call me by my last name.
All right, so tell me this gold vein thing. Let's see if this lands.
Like I said, tell her you're in the darkness, but her light shines like the gold reflecting light. Or no, a gold vein reflecting light.
Your beauty is like a light reflecting off of a gold vein.
And you are in the dark.
And I am in the dark. And you are my lighthouse. Oh, that felt a little better.
Well, at least you're getting closer with the sea.
I'll get there. It might take... I'm now scoring 7 points on the dartboard instead of missing it completely.
Well, this would be easy if we were in the mountains. You could lift large rocks and show her how strong you are.
Ah, yes, you know me. Strapping lad. Comes quite easy with my physique. As he flexes and there's nothing there.
Well, I found elves tend to be stronger than they look.
No. We're acrobatic, child.
I don't know. It's not easy firing
weird.
Arrows from a bow. That requires strength.
True. No, that's true. It does take some arm strength. You pull back a longbow. These things can be bloody hell on the shoulders after a long battle.
Oh, I imagine. That's why you need a good warhammer.
Yes, I'll get practicing right away. He just smiles.
You can practice with mine.
God, I'm starting to sound like Jean with that now.
You want me to lend you my warhammer?
Sure. Let me see if I can fumble it around.
All right, I give you my warhammer for now.
It's got some heft. Balance is awkward in this thing. What is this? Oh, it's weird.
Well, it's quite good at smashing skulls.
Along with rock, I presume, right? Yes?
No, this is an instrument of war. With rock, you want to use refined tools, like picks and chisels. You don't want to just bash them open. You want to delve and explore.
I could see why your woman fell madly in love with you.
Oh yes, I'm quite the charmer. At least when it comes to dwarves.
You paint a romantic picture. He hands him back the warhammer.
Luminor, I'm picturing you just sitting here, like, looking back and forth at them, going back and forth like a tennis match almost. Again, like, the fuck did I get myself into?
Yeah, I just find the whole thing amusing. Just
So
like,
he's
jeez.
standing there. I suggest maybe you should ask Luminor. He seems to have luck with the ladies.
Yes,
He didn't even do
unfortunately, I'm not beautiful like Luminor. I am a rugged elf. As he waves his hair and still looks glorious because he's an elf.
Yeah.
I say, I'm sorry, I cannot help you here. I'm just, it all just comes so naturally to me.
Yes, I understand that. It truly seems
Really?
to be a curse.
Doc will just say.
Well, Luminor, if we come across any evil maidens, I'll be sure to call you first to deal with them.
Sorry, I didn't catch the end of that.
If I happen to come across any evil maidens, I'll be sure to call you first to deal with them.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, call me, please.
Quite the lady slayer. And layer, apparently. He's gonna be like, right, Cracks or Cracks? Who was the one that was the dragon?
I'll say I have a spell just for that situation.
Well,
Other than just, again, the shooting of the shit and the passing of time as the days go on, probably playing games with each other and probably continuing to flirt and probably also, building up your trysts with Aya, as, she's probably into it, being as sexy of an elf as you are. You guys keep on sailing and sail for several more days, and as you guys get further and further into this ice field, the more uncomfortable each day becomes, where you're waking up and like trying to start a fire, and like it's nice that you've got somebody next to you for warmth, as you've got a little bit of body heat there, and it's miserable over these next couple days. And can I please have everybody make me some Constitution saving throws?
Does he get advantage for having Aya next to him?
You know what? I will say, yeah, I'll give you a lower DC, not advantage on that one.
What about having a thick dwarf beard?
I know that you've got some resilience there, but I feel like that's mostly just a poison and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, nothing for cold.
Again, not sure why advantage was toggled.
Oh, wait, I
but
said Constitution check on a saving throw.
18.
Yeah, I think you probably got a little bit higher with the saving throw, right?
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
So nothing bad happens yet.
Time to swap out the food for Potable soup.
One more time. Sorry, man. Your mic's not coming in very clear right now.
Oh, can you hear me now?
A little bit better, yeah.
He's like, it's time to swap out the other stuff with portable soup.
Cookie will be like, oh, I got a bunch of stew recipes. I can make some for you.
Well, it's bad to
Thank you.
keep us all warm. And she'll probably also make sure that Squill can't get into all their alcohol. And have some, like, to be able to sort of sip at throughout the day, because alcohol helps raise your body temperature, so not enough to get everyone drunk, and she will make sure they know this ain't for getting drunk on. We've got to keep our wits about us, especially not so far from what's the dark elf nation called again?
You can call him the Kryn.
Especially not so far from the stupid Kryn. So make sure to keep it to a minimum, and only when you need to get warm. And she just eyes all her crew like.
Tun will like hold his hammer up and like, not a threat because they know that he's not gonna beat them, but
yeah.
Like
but just to reiterate,
an exclamation point to your statement,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Sue's like, do you have any spare blankets I can make a nest out of the crow's nest to at least fight off the cold a little for us to scout?
I assume I would. Sure.
I mean, yeah, it depends on how many you're trying to spare. I'm sure everybody's probably down to like a 2 blanket limit in every hammock, and I don't know how many blankets you have, but...
Well, he's looking for burlap sacks that have been used up too, and just anything that can fight it off.
I would presume, knowing we're going to a really cold place, we would have stocked up on a lot of extra blankets, but
Well,
I guess
if you
that's...
remember right, there wasn't a ton of supply in Rockhold.
Yeah, that's true.
Your option was stopping in maybe one of the Dark Elf cities or going around kind of the other way and finding a place that you could stop at. But because you didn't want to stop at the Dark Elf cities and you didn't want to risk basically the Bermuda Triangle, or what's called the Shattered Teeth, you had chosen to go this route. So while that was an option, you did sacrifice that. That being said, you can always land somewhere nearby and maybe try and go out on like a hunting expedition, try and get some food and furs that way.
Yeah, we could do that. Try to hunt like any kind of wildlife. I could use
Yeah.
I could skin and then use their leather and stuff and start making like a barricade up there just where we could be up there still and not freeze to death.
Well, animal fur is supposed to be very warm.
Yeah. I obviously won't do it while we're at this bay with the Kryn. But if I could have done it before, or if we have to wait until after, then either one, you know. I think she'll make a plan to make a land trip for... Besides, I'm sure our food supplies kind of need extra, and... Yeah.
If we're kind of looking at this map here, this line that I'm drawing right here is kind of the Kryn line for the area that they control.
Mm-hmm.
Over here is kind of the area that your friend King Koresh controls, or I guess not your friend, but Drogrup's friend and Karasu's friend.
So I'm just gonna, can I try to survival through all the like bone stock, like what we got that was like not necessarily cast over, but like sacks or bags or...
I mean, I'm sure we've got some sacks for, like, you know, holding food.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but like any empty from the travel, shit like that. He's just scavenging what we got.
I'd imagine so. We've been out here for a while, so I'm sure one of the bags got emptied. Or we could, like, shuffle some over if you really need a bag. But otherwise, then, yeah. I'm sure I've got this kind of map that I can use to look at too in my quarters, or...
Yes and no, it's definitely not as finished by any means.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. But a vague idea that I know, like, these mountain ranges are coming up here.
Again, you haven't really been this far north, so I would say that you've got like there be monsters up in this area.
Okay.
And icebergs and shit like that. The bay again was familiar to you, but you don't really know anything north of the bay.
Yeah.
Your sailing range has been to, like, if you're looking at the map, like the easternmost point of that little like kind of peninsula that looks like a hook kind of up there.
Here.
To Rothold. Yeah, that's kind of where you had sailed back and forth from, a little bit south of Rothold over to Draconia, somewhere around there. But this direction is kind of uncharted territory, not just for you, but for everybody. Like, you can't really get maps of this area because nobody's sailed that area.
I am adding to my map when we get there, but in the meantime, I guess until I can see like that there's some land outside of the Kryn dynasty, then I'll try to make a stop by land for animals in the lake, which farther north we go is probably not as likely. Maybe we can find some polar bears, but
yeah. So I would say after a few more days of travel, I'd say you're probably on like the 16th day of your journey, 15th day of your journey. You're able to get all the way around the bay, and you've probably sailed into this little area, like right up here, where you've got not a bit of a canyon, but you see like a mountain range on one side of a river and another mountain range kind of on the other side, and looks like you've got an area that probably decent hunting ground.
And do I know who's the best hunter on my crew?
Probably be Aya, or Karasu seems to be pretty good with a bow too.
So I'll call them over and be like, right, the two of you want to go out and fetch us some skins and food?
Xavian will suddenly appear like that silent shadow that he is at your shoulder and like kind of tap his foot, indicating that he wants to go too.
Probably jump a little like... Yes, you can go if you'd like.
A nod.
She's thinking to herself, I should have bought him a bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
And he wouldn't be the silent shadow, he'd be the jingly shadow.
He needs a bell that he can turn off, like Jarlaxle.
Yeah. Jarl!
Yeah, I'll ask him to do that.
Yeah, and I'd say this is probably a good stopping point for us tonight, and we'll pick up with our little hunting adventure next time. Bummed for Thegro.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
you'll see him again, don't worry.
Thegro and
boy.
Jean.